Matia Kasaija is a very insincere man.
Honorable, you acknowledge that there is a question of unemployment, and also
I know that very well.
in the next financial year.
That is my headache. I don't sleep. Me, I wake up at 4 o'clock to read, to search, so that we can be able to see how do we help these youth to get a job.
I am willing to bet there's no way Mr. Matia Kasaija can wake up at 4 a.m. It's impossible. If he wakes up at 4 a.m., goes to the office, works a full day, goes back the next day, 4 a.m., works a full day, he can go to ICU. In fact, he can die. And the cause of death will be waking up at 4 a.m. He's so old, he cannot wake up at 4 a.m.
Me, I wake up at 4 o'clock to read, to search, so that we can be able to see how do we help these youth to get a job. And we are not sleeping. The youth, please be patient. You will hear.
We are going to wake up when the world has left us. These guys have wasted our lives. The prime time of our lives has been wasted by these old men. Old, insincere, incompetent, clueless
Honorable,
men.
in the next financial year, you said you're going to create 840,000 jobs. How are you going to create them?
Ooh, there are so many things. Let me tell you. Let me first start with agriculture. Agriculture is a very big sector where the youth are going to be absorbed.
Just listen to the Minister of Finance after 39 years in power. Listen to the man speaking. This is the same man who said that the economy was going to swing. This man, when you listen to Matia Kasaija speaking, this is a very old man who has no scorecard, who has no appraisal. His 80-year-old boss does not appraise him on anything. These guys, their lives are finished. Their lives have ended. What they're just trying to do is to destroy our lives. How can the minister, a whole minister of finance, they ask him, he speaks completely clueless. Completely clueless. He's talking about agriculture. Agriculture is all mechanized and modernized. All these sensible countries have agriculture. Agriculture you find. There's a town I know called Hamilton. There's a cattle farm there, dairy cattle farm, with 500 dairy cattle. It is managed by 3 people. A husband, a wife, and their eldest son. And the wife, by the way, she's just in administration and finance. So it's basically 2 people. Everything is mechanized. My brother-in-law, he went and visited Germany, and he went to where they make poultry, they make pork. It had 10,000 animals. 10,000. Forget about the one of 500. This had 10,000 animals, and it had 5 employees.
In the next financial year, you said you're going to create 840,000 jobs. How are you going to create them?
Ooh.
The problem with these things is this is a guy who has nobody to hold him accountable, nobody to appraise him, nobody to go through his scorecard, nobody to tell him that this is what you said last time, what have you done so far? That's not there because his boss is 80 years old. His boss cannot ask him these things. I don't think these guys ever sit down in an appraisal. There's no appraisal for this guy. This is the same man who lied to us. He said the economy was going to swing. Has the economy swinged?
There are so many things. Let me tell you. Let me first start with agriculture. Agriculture is a very big sector where the youth are going to be absorbed. Those who want to do agriculture. Oil is coming.
When somebody says oil and gas, it's a very specialized entity. There's so many skills required. There's a lot of training. There's a lot of certification and accreditation, which we probably don't even have. There's so many things that need to take place before you start talking about bringing jobs. That's why you find that oil and gas comes with it imports so many jobs. It actually brings so many expatriates because of those specialized skills. So yes, we're trying to train our people, and I understand that, but it's not something that you can talk about in terms of solving the problem of lack of jobs in Uganda. But the man is so insincere and he doesn't care because nobody will hold him accountable. These are guys who cannot allow younger, fresher ideas to come in and turbocharge the industry. Guys, there are so many industries today that are making a lot of money. It's all AI, it's all artificial intelligence, machine learning. There is, genetic modification of agriculture that you can talk about, but you cannot talk about, and that requires science and genetics. Guys are talking about sports medicine and sports science. Guys are talking about fashion and industry. Guys are talking about, digital marketing and all these computer hubs and, call centers and data centers and all these. These are the things that are driving the first world economies. This is how a minister of finance should be thinking. How do we get our young people to sit in Uganda and service companies in Silicon Valley? How can they run algorithms from Uganda, earning money in Uganda, being paid while they're in Uganda, paying taxes to Uganda, whilst working for companies in Silicon Valley, in India, in China? That is a sensible minister of finance. That's how a minister of finance should be thinking. We should be thinking about, biomedicine and, all this synthetic biology. These things that are happening today and how people are changing their bodies and how, what kind of, materials and what kind of surgeries are taking place, at what cost. Countries like Turkey are coming in with medical tourism. These are the things that Matia Kasaija should be thinking about, but he cannot. He wakes up at midday and sleeps by 3 p.m. He's sleeping. He's dozing by 3 p.m. He's too old. These guys are so old. They're so tired. Their brains are shutting down. When a computer is in shutdown mode, it is shutting down. They're at that point in time. But they are wasting our time instead of allowing fresher, younger, newer, energetic ideas to come in and change the country. They are so stuck in time. I don't know what it is that they're trying to protect.
Colleagues, money will come.